Hi Scorpio, I hope that you guys are doing well. Before we get into this, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. So I keep seeing the theme of the Nine of Wands popping up. It feels like some type of karmic test, karmic experience that you're moving through right now. I'm getting that you're like about to be at the end of whatever this is. I keep seeing strength as well that's been popping up. This represents Leo. Maybe something archetypally speaking that you're experiencing. Okay, so we're starting off with the Ten of Pentacles here. There's a lot of stability that I'm seeing. I'm seeing you get to the goal, getting to a goal here of starting something that you wanted to start. For some of you, this can be a project, some sort of creative endeavor that you want to explore. For others of you, this can be like getting in touch with, I'm hearing spring. It's like, you know, in the spring, when all of the flowers start blooming, maybe this is also something that's happening in the spring for you. It's like all of the flowers start poking out and they start blooming and things like that. It's like that newness, that type of feeling where you feel inspired. Okay, so definitely feeling led in a particular direction. I'm seeing it almost be like you're taking a little walk here, trying to figure out where you're going, and I'm seeing your spirit guides hold on to your hand, and I'm seeing them carry you in a very specific direction. Like, helping you to realize something. It's almost like they're leading you specifically so you can get to a location, and there's something that you need to see when you get there, Scorpio. I'm looking at Taurus and I'm looking at Neptune, which speaks on Pisces energy. I'm seeing you having a lot of power behind what it is that you're manifesting. Like, I'm seeing you being able to harness and channel all of your power into something, and I'm seeing you like kickstarting something, making it happen. It's like almost like you realize something that you want to be pursuing, and I'm seeing you take off in the direction of that. Like, I'm seeing a lot of change that's happening quickly as well. Maybe you feel like the pace is picking up. And I'm seeing spirit help guide you towards where you want to go. So you may feel like you got to a place where you were trying to get to. It was something that you wanted to manifest. It can be surrounded around the theme of stability for you in a way. This can be like by means of like making money, maybe things going on with the home structure, maybe like your internal stability, even energetically, something going on. I'm seeing it almost be like in a video game. You know how the like some of the players, it'll like show you how much energy they have. Like, I'm seeing you be like full bars when it comes to, I'm hearing your reception. Interesting, Scorpio. So maybe feeling very in touch with your intuition, connected with your guides, things like that. And I'm seeing something creatively that you want to be pursuing, something you have a lot of feelings, a lot of passion for, a lot of motivation. And I'm seeing you like speed in this direction. And I'm seeing like you meet spirit once you get to the location where you're trying to go. It's like spirit, your spirit guides here all hanging out. And I'm seeing them almost like showing you this picture of what it is that you want. And I'm seeing you be like almost in a little movie theater here. And it's like you're seeing it all on the big screen. It's like having this vision of something here, Scorpio. Maybe even showing you how to take the next steps towards what it is that you want. And there's something in that moment that clicks for you, something that you realize. There's definitely a sense of intensity with whatever this is that you're learning, and maybe we're taking a little bit of time to sit with that right now. You may have a connection with someone that you're taking a break from because you feel like you need some time to ground. For some of you, you could be taking a break from relationships in general. I'm seeing a lesson that we're learning about our happiness. Maybe there's also a sense of reconfiguring where you feel happy within certain dynamics and where you want other dynamics to change. Something that you were going through could have been keeping your feelings at bay in a way. Like maybe you were feeling so overwhelmed that you were kind of shutting off your feelings in a way, something like that. But I'm seeing you get to a place where it's like you're taking time to ground, you're taking time to meditate, do things that allow you to feel centered, and I'm seeing you getting connected with your guides here. I'm seeing you like working heavily with your guides, especially in times when you're feeling overwhelmed. It's like rather than pushing things off, it's about like checking your energy, seeing what's going on there, sitting with that, and then working with your guides. It's like when things feel too busy or hectic. And I'm seeing that this collaboration that you have is really benefiting you. I'm looking at Taurus, I'm looking at Neptune, I'm looking at Mercury, I'm looking at Saturn. You could also be recognizing as well that there's maybe even a relationship or a connection that you have with someone that feels overwhelming to you, and maybe this is also something that we're realizing. Like maybe at first there were other feelings mixed into it, and now you're recognizing that it feels more overwhelming to you than anything. And this is something that you're trying to work out for yourself. Maybe you also feel like you're trying to find your footing when it comes to your self-care and what it is that you need to do for yourself. Maybe you feel like in some ways you strayed from some type of self-care routine, something like that. It's like trying to get a more clear picture on what it is that you need to do when it comes to taking care of yourself. Maybe also what it is that you want as well. Because there's a sense of maybe even caretaking when it comes to other people's emotions and that being somewhat chaotic for you. So it's like time to bring yourself back to a centered place when it comes to you taking care of yourself and you prioritizing yourself. But maybe sometimes there's a sense of feeling guilty when you're taking care of yourself, something like that. I'm seeing something psychologically that we're working through, trying to understand. It's like maybe even getting to the basis of why sometimes you feel guilty when you're focusing on your self-care, and maybe breaking those attachments. Like if there's some sense of codependency that we feel, we may feel like we need to take care of other people because maybe that's something that we've tied our self-esteem and self-worth to, and we're recognizing that in order to help other people, we have to help ourselves first. And maybe this is something that we're getting more clear on. For some of you, this is about a job. I'm seeing you ending... I'm hearing a field of study. There could be something that you're not doing anymore, or that you're recognizing you don't want to do any longer, but you were feeling in your head about this. Like, you could do some type of service, but you feel like you don't have enough time for yourself. So this is about making a decision that feels right for you. It's to help you step into a place where you actually want to be going, because maybe you were feeling like you were a bit stuck and you needed time to take care of yourself. And so there may be something that you're not doing anymore in order to find out what it is that you actually want to be doing, Scorpio. I'm seeing you as well recognize that there's definitely action that needs to be taken, and maybe you weren't ready to do that now, but maybe you're getting more prepared to step into that place. Yeah, I'm seeing you making progress. Making progress when it comes to you feeling in touch with yourself, and also moving beyond a sense of dissatisfaction and moving towards the things that you want. It's like, rather than staying stuck in something that you don't want to be in anymore, it's about finally calling an end to this and feeling all of the feelings that are tied to that, and then moving into a place where you're feeling more proactive. It's like also taking charge when it comes to maybe even your job, the ways that you're making money, and maybe something needed to end in order for you to step into this place. It's really interesting. I'm seeing this type of reception we're experiencing where it's like there was something that needed to be worked on when it comes to us being within, maybe even more comfortable within our feminine energy. It's like being more comfortable receiving and taking care of self and tending to self rather than expressing that outwardly. It's about putting that emphasis on yourself and what it is that you need. And then it's like, because you're able to recuperate because of doing that, I'm seeing you then have like a new sense of vigor when it comes to you taking action, you feeling more creative, also you stepping into a place where you feel good about the ways that you're making money, and also feeling more grounded emotionally. So it's like, because you're taking care of yourself and putting the focus on yourself, it's also helping you in all of these other areas of your life as well. So it's like balancing out the yin and the yang here. Yeah, I'm seeing some type of attachment that we have. For some, this can be with a person. For others, this can be like with a job, something that you were doing to the point of kind of neglecting yourself. And I'm seeing you move away from this. It's like moving away from the attachments that you have that feel out of balance to you, and being able to focus on your self-love, focus on maybe talents and skills that you want to be pursuing, working on. For some of you, you could have been feeling really consumed with your career as well, to a point where it was becoming out of balance. It's like worrying about what you have and the money you're making and all of those things, and then like neglecting yourself in the process. So this is about finding the balance between like self-care and also your like 3D self, and how you enter into this space of like the 3D world in general and what it is that you're doing. And there could have been a relationship that you felt really caught up in. Again, this can be something work related, this can be passion related, something that fell out of balance for you. For some of you, this was a relationship that you had. And it's like definitely a sense of attachment, but it's attachment to something that felt like it was blocking you or became unhealthy in a way. maybe even repeatedly entering into a cycle with someone where like you kept experiencing the same heartbreak, you felt attached to this person though nonetheless, and so it was like you kept getting drawn back into the connection with someone. I'm seeing Capricorn and I'm seeing Gemini here. Maybe you also felt too like, oh, I have such an intense connection with this person. It's okay if it's out of balance because where else am I going to find that? Something like this. But I'm seeing something that we're moving on from. It's like recognizing that maybe you had a karmic connection with someone and this was meant for you to learn and grow from rather than something for you to stay stuck within the cycle of. And I'm seeing healing that we're doing here. Yeah, you could have had an experience with someone. I'm hearing selfish specifically, like someone that was not showing up for you in the way that you wanted. This was somebody unreliable. This can be like a narcissistic type of connection that you had. I'm seeing, regardless of whatever this is, it was something for sure karmic, but maybe something that you weren't recognizing initially. I'm looking at Capricorn, I'm looking at Aquarius, I'm looking at Gemini. But I'm seeing that we're healing from this experience is what I'm hearing. This person may be coming back around to make an offer to you, but I'm seeing that you're not going to be taking it because you know their energy. I'm getting that this is somebody you have history with. This person would have an emphasis of Capricorn in their chart or 10th house placements, I'm hearing, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing that, like, the connection that you feel is not just one way. I'm seeing it goes both ways, but you know that it's out of balance, and you may feel, like, very physically attracted to this person, but you know that it is unhealthy. You've gotten hurt before, and if you repeat the cycle with this person, it's going to be the same outcome because they're not yet in a place to be vulnerable. Because I'm seeing they're not getting real with themselves, and so they're not going to be able to authentically, vulnerably connect with you. Like, I'm seeing this person shy away from intimacy and maybe overcompensate by connecting in other ways with you, like superficially. So we are taking a break. I'm seeing you pull back from this. It's like maybe even recognizing how this person actually hurt you, because there could be a sense of like within the fantasy space, like only remembering the good times and the good ways that this person made you feel and not being like honest with yourself when it comes to what was actually happening and how unhealthy it was and how it kept continuing some sort of unhealthy cycle. Because it's like when you reflect, you recognize what happened. You recognize that in order to heal, you have to move away from the cycle with this person, regardless of how attached you feel. And maybe we're also addressing something when it comes to a sense of codependency, clearing that, healing. I'm seeing this person come back around to make an offer to you. But it's like they're still in the same energy. I'm seeing like nothing has changed with this person. But yeah, I'm seeing some sort of return. The way that they enter, the way that they front is not going to be the same as what it's like when you get back into a connection with this person. And I'm getting that your guides want you to know that. And this is about you having restraint here, I'm seeing. I'm getting that word specifically. It's like in order for you to step... Okay. There could have also been something going on with this individual where it was like you saw this person as like a really dominant energy in a way where it's like, oh, this person can take care of me, or like you felt really attracted to like the masculine energy that this person came in. And this is about you finding that masculine energy within you, so you're not relying on something superficially because you're trying to make that up within yourself. It's like, rather than externally seeking something that that you feel drawn to, it's about like configuring that within yourself so you don't feel like you need something that is out of balance ultimately. So this may be a nudge for you to be stepping into a more masculine energy in some type of way, some type of capacity, I'm seeing. There may also have been excuses that were being made for this person. It's like, oh, this person is so like macho or masculine, like no wonder they're not in touch with their feelings, like that's just not part of their nature. I'm looking again specifically at the Capricorn energy here. And this is about being like, everyone has the capacity to balance out the yin and the yang within them. And so if you are attracted to energies that are like either super, super feminine or super, super masculine in a way where it's not compensating for like the shared experience of the yin and the yang, this is about addressing that within you so you're attracting a balanced energy rather than something that's out of balance. Okay, so I'm looking at Capricorn, I'm looking at Aquarius, I'm hearing Mercury, I'm looking at Gemini, I'm looking at Virgo, which together they do make Mercury energy. I'm looking at Aries, and I'm looking at Sagittarius. Yeah, it's almost like I'm seeing there be something so clearly going on in the psyche space where it's like, I know that this wouldn't be a great decision for me to make, but still, for whatever reason, you're like going back and forth on whether or not you should do it. It's like you having some sort of dance with your shadow right now and being like, should I engage? Should I not? But it's like you already know that this is unhealthy. It's like, and this isn't about like labeling someone as toxic or like whatever. It's like, what matters is that when you come together with this person, it's an unhealthy connection. And I'm getting that you're very clear on that. This is about taming the shadow and not going back into something that I'm hearing prematurely feels good. It's like something that superficially may satiate something for you, but it's like, in the long run, you know that this is sabotaging you in some sort of way, especially when it comes to your emotions. And maybe this is really a time to be holding space for ourselves, Scorpio. All right, my friends, we are going to end it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.